Is my screen visible to all, sir?
Madam.
Is it visible, sir?
No, no, madam, not visible. Okay, now visible, madam.
Okay. Is it okay? Shall I
It's
start?
okay, madam. Please.
Shall I?
Continue, madam. Please continue.
Okay. Just a minute, sir. Yeah. Shall I start, sir? Am I audible?
Audible, madam. Please continue.
Okay. We can compare a research paper or proposal with a star. A star with 10 points. We have to remember that a research paper is incomplete if we do not touch the 10 points. What are the 10 points to go through towards? To make a research paper as a functional research paper. Number one, the first step is a project title and an abstract. Number two is an introduction and conceptual background. Coming to the number three is problem statement. And number four is research objective or research question or hypothesis. Number five is literature review, and number six is research methodology. Number seven is innovativeness. Number eight is implementation or relevance of the proposed study. Number nine, and a compulsory one, is references. And 10th one, number 10 is a very recently added and very important one, is plagiarism. If we talked on these points, if we have a problem to study and we find out a solution to it, we are successful to make a very good research paper. Let us start with a flow of research paper, the art of research paper writing. First is the project title. I should know what I am going to research about, and then be a research paper can start. Let us find out what should be the characteristics of a project title. A title is really a very challenging in nature. A reader is going to read the title first. You should know how to hold the interest of the reader. It is just a trailer of a movie. If a trailer is interesting, we generally go and watch the movie. Uh, the same way, the title of a research paper should be in brief. It should not run into paragraph. It should be very clear. None of us are here to say how much of experience in English we are studied. Is clear to say the title should be so clear. Then even a person from other discipline can understand your research. At the same time, it should be full. It has been accepted that 15 words maximum be the title. Call title a mini abstract. Why so? By looking at the title, we can understand what the research is going to unfold. Actually, the research paper title paint a quick picture about research, what a research is. A title should be such, it should be very easy to remember, it should be engraved in your mind, and it should be read the most whenever you are writing a research paper. You write a research paper and go back to the title. Try to find out the connectivity between your writing and the title. So, title is very, very important. So, when you are making the title, it should be neither be as short as nor it should be as long as. Generally, it is said that the title should become will be such instantly lights of a bulb in our mind. It should be very, very impressive in nature. So, let us study what are the wrong ways to write a proposal title. It should be too generic, very generalized in nature, overly descriptive. It is not an abstract. It is a title. You need not explain everything in a title. What are you going to explain in a paper? Don't use fancy words. Research cannot be back of fancy words. Try to use simple words and straightforward. A title should never go more than 15 words. Be very careful about spellings and formatting errors. You should never decide the title of the research first. You should not decide the title at the first go. Not brainstorming titles. Don't use abbreviations. It should be very clear. Your title should be very clear. So, what is the best title? It gives a general of what the project or a paper writing. A title should be such it makes you very curious. So it makes you all the people make you study about your research paper more. It should not be descriptive. At the same time, it should be allusive. It should be clear. It should be very simple and very straightforward. And at the same time, it should be very memorable in nature. And always write correct grammar and correct capitalization. Whenever we start our research, start with the wrong title. Never finalize your title. We will come back to the title only after we complete our research paper in a full go. Paper or research title should be unique. It should be different from other research paper. After that title, we will concentrate on the abstract. Abstract is a short version of the research paper, and it is a compulsory part of a research paper. Let us find out what should we include in a research abstract. Many times there are wrong notations about an abstract. What should come under abstract? Abstract should give the first impression and also the last impression. Sometimes when you send a paper to any conference or journal, they just go through the abstract and they find out what exactly you would like to say in your research paper. Try to remember carefully. Whenever you send your paper to any journal, they just go through your abstract and they find out what you would like to say in your research paper. The abstract should always include 4 points. This is the thumb rule. It should always include 4 points. It should have 2 lines about the research paper. Number 2 is objectives. What you are trying to prove. What is the problem in the research paper? Number 3, the methodology. And number 4, the findings. So, if I do not do my research paper first, how can I write the abstract? How will I know the objective? How will I understand which methodology is the best? And how will I find out the findings? So just like the title, even the abstract also write in the last. In your abstract, you should be as clear as possible and always use a straight away statements like objective of the study are very clear. You have to be at last. You have to add the keywords of your paper in the abstract. This is the clear idea about the first point, title and abstract out of the 10 points. After the abstract, we come to the introduction. Let us understand what should an introduction have in a research paper. What is an introduction? It is a gentle beginning. An introduction should be something, it should so interesting as if you are holding hands of a reader and taking him in. You should be more into the paper, and then only you are the perfect researcher. So introduction is a gentle beginning. What are the essential points of the introduction? The introduction should always have the background of the study. The introduction will always have a why are you study it. You have to find out why I'm studying about a topic. Research is nothing very simple when you know the problem and trying to find out the solution in a organized manner. When you have a problem that we give you out what the research. All of us, we know that unless until there is no problem. So there is no way to doing a research. An introduction is in such a way that the outsider or the third person is looking into it. And moreover, an introduction should be so clear. It should be so simple, so in as we are taking the reader journey of our research. An introduction is have a conceptual background. So you should tell you are using some concepts. The introduction should say, these are the concepts I will be using in my research paper. So, what is a conceptual framework? A conceptual framework can be presented in a form of diagram or a mental map or with a flowchart. A conceptual framework, you can write the origin of that concept and present status of that concept. And the conceptual framework will help you to understand a research much more better way. Attaining introduction, you should write why are you studying, that is the rationale of the research. Unless until you really identify a problem and you find out the need of finding out the solution of the problem, it is not a research at all. So we know the title, abstract, we know what we have to write in introduction and conceptual framework, and just we know the state of the problem. My next step, number 3, is problem statement. What is the problem and what problem I am trying to solve it in my research? Introduction was my gentle beginning, and problem statement is at the core of the research. The problem statement will let you tell you why we are doing the research. As I said, every research should have a problem, and you should find out the solution, how to solve it. First, we should find out first that the problem is really existing or not. First, to find out existing problem, then I go to find out the solution. Problem statement is very important in your research paper writing. Uh, from where your problem statement comes from. Your problem statement come from a theory, I mean conceptual background, or a day-to-day problem. Sometimes there is a lot of research going on some problems, so you should take it from that as a problem. You should take it from that as a problem to extent. So you can always take up that as a problem. There are many problems which come up when you discuss with experts, seniors, or with your guide also. We can even have to take problem from innovations in technology. So many people belongs to the science and technology are here now in this webinar. So we can even have to take the problem from innovations in technology. Problems are everywhere. The only problem is you should look up a right problem, work out with that, and find out a solution. That is a research paper. Now, now we know title with abstract. Abstract. Know how to write action and problem statement. Now I'm coming deep core of my research paper. Uh, Deep core of my research paper is objectives, research objective. Unless and until you know what to find out, you really cannot do a research. So, what to find out is your research objective. So, what is a research objective? These are my objectives. These are my problems. So I will have to find out solution for this problem. Research objectives. A research objectives should have certain goals and objectives. Now, a question arises that what is the difference between goals and objectives? I will come to these goals and objectives later. Uh, Excuse me, so am I audible? Is my voice is clear, sir?
Clear, madam.
Okay. Shall I continue?
Continue, madam. Please continue.
Oh, okay, sir. A research objective should be very logical, very straightforward. The research objective is to find out so very clear. A research objective neither should be too many nor should be too less. It should be 10, 15. No, you should not satisfy that many. Neither it should be one. You should be very logical to select the number of objectives. Depending upon the study, neither too many statements nor too less statements, and very important, your research should be achievable and measurable. You don't take such an objective that you cannot fulfill. You just take the objective you can fulfill. Like that, you choose the objectives. Coming to the goals and objectives, the first point, just now we just kept aside, no? So again, coming to that point, goals and objectives. For example, I have a study. The title of the study is Healthy Moms for Healthy Kids. The title of the study is Healthy Moms for Healthy Kids. That is my goal. In that Healthy Moms and Healthy Kids, I have two goals. Goal one is to reduce the degree of malnutrition among young children. That is my goal. I have to fulfill. But this goal is very big. I have to break this goal into two objectives. When my objectives are fulfilled, automatically my goal also fulfilled. The objective 1, that is 1.1, is to provide mothers in Mumbai with relevant information regarding health and nutrition. So, the mothers in Mumbai know about health and nutrition. Automatically, the degree of malnutrition among young children will reduce. What is my second objective? Objective 1.2 is to assist mothers in Mumbai in learning how to effectively to make their young children much more healthier. Again, the same thing. If I'm able to fulfill the objective, I will be able to fulfill the goal. So, a goal is bigger one than objective. However, we do not make a difference between goals and objectives in a research paper. Whenever we are doing a very big research paper, there we need a difference. Here we are discussing about a research paper. So we will write only about objectives, not about the goals. So I know the title, I know the abstract, I know the introduction, what I have to write in the introduction. I know the problem statement. That is why I am doing this research. I also know to write down the research objectives. Now, my question arises: is there any hypothesis is to be developed or not? Research questions are hypothesis is to be developed or not. What is a hypothesis? It just give a direction to the research. Hypothesis helps to focus on the research. It helps to find out the best techniques. If we don't have a hypothesis, sometimes we don't know the vision for research. So, hypothesis prevents from a visionless research. Hypothesis indicates a type of research design. A hypothesis makes predictions much more easier, the outcomes much more easier, and your hypothesis should be such It should be very clear. It should be understandable. It should be testable. It should be measurable. We all know that hypothesis should be dependent variable and independent variable. Whenever we frame the hypothesis, uh, whenever we frame the hypothesis, mm, it should have a dependent variables and independent variables. A hypothesis framing, also we know how do we do it. Whenever we are writing a sentence, just try to find out which one is dependent variable and which one is independent variable. For example, we can say time spent study causes a change in the test code. Time spent study causes a change in the test code. This is the example we consider here. Over here, time spent study is an independent variable, but test code is a dependent variable. Why? Because my test code may be higher, the time spent study is higher. So whenever we are making a hypothesis, please try to find out which one is dependent and which one is independent variable. Whenever we are writing a hypothesis, we are having a null hypothesis and we are having alternate hypothesis. What is a null hypothesis? This is my first question. What is a null hypothesis? It is a proposition stating that there is no significant relationship between two variables. Coming to the null hypothesis, it is a proposition stating that there is no significant relationship between two variables. And what is an alternative hypothesis? It is just opposite. That is, it states that there is a significant relationship between two variables. Coming to the null hypothesis, there is no significant relationship between two variables, and coming to the alternative hypothesis, it is just opposite to the null hypothesis. It is a significant relationship between two variables. In short, hypothesis makes our journey of research much more easier. Uh, so, we have the title, we have the abstract, we have the introduction, we have the conceptual background, we have the problem statement, we have the research objectives, we have also no research question or hypothesis. Now we come to a review of literature. This should be exactly the flow of research paper. A review of literature. A review of literature always supports your research. A review of literature, either it can be national or it can be international. What is a literature review? A literature review is a survey of scholarly sources that provides an overview of particular topic. A literature review is a survey of scholarly sources that provides an overview of a particular topic. A literature is definitely very time consuming in nature. Coming to the literature, it is very time consuming in nature, but at the same time the review of literature gives you the ways of the study. That is why it is very luminous in nature. This literature gives no research is completed if we don't write a literature review. The literature review is very important. So when you are conducting literature review, please do try to narrow down your topic, find out the keywords, and search the books, the journals, the articles in the Google Scholar, and try to find out what is there in that books or journals, like that. Then only the literature review will be proper review. Various sources of literature review. So here we have some sources of literature review. So the various sources of literature review are, it can be books, it can be journals, it can be newspaper article, it can be historical record, and it can be commercial reports and statistical information. Whenever you are doing a literature review for your research paper, uh, take the notes and cite sources. Whenever you are doing a literature review, you must read the books, the journal, whatever you are taken, much more strategically, and read critically. It will give you so many ideas, and you can improvise your research. Whenever you are reading much about your research, which you are writing on, you can easily find out the gaps in the literature. Gaps in the literature means, what do the others did not do, and what you are trying to do. Gaps in the literature means, what do the others did not do and what you are trying to do. Whenever you fulfill these gaps, you become a researcher. Your research paper value becomes increases. So take literature review is a very important for your research paper writing. As I said, identification of a research paper gap. How to identify the research paper gap? For example, maybe I'm studying about an issue in Greater Mumbai. Maybe I think this slide is not that much clear, but try to concentrate. So here, in that blocks, Greater Mumbai is there, others Delhi, Asansol, and Gwalior is there. I'm trying to identify the gap here. So, for example, maybe I'm studying about an issue in Greater Mumbai. I have done the literature review, and I found out for the same study, there are studies based on Delhi, Asansol, based on Gwalior, but no study in Greater Mumbai. That is the gap in the research, and that is why I am writing a research paper on Greater Mumbai. That makes my research paper much more valuable in nature. Always your research paper should be such it should add value to the knowledge. Otherwise, it has got no meaning to it. A common errors made in literature review. There are many errors in a literature review. You just go through it. I'm not go in detail about it. Just go through it. So, we know a research paper when we are writing the art. We know the title, we know the abstract, we've written the introduction. Introduction is do not completed without conceptual background. Problem statement is very important. You have to write in your research paper what is the problem, what you are going to solve. That becomes the research objective. Based on the objective, if you want to try to develop the research question, and try to develop the hypothesis, then you come to review literature. And please take literature is very, very serious. Once we are done with literature review, we are found out the gaps where research is not there. Let us start the research methodology. A research methodology. As I said, a research is nothing but finding out the solution in a very, very selective, systematic manner. Very, very selective and systematic manner. To study in a systematic manner, we should have a methodology, a very, very unplaced. Let us now understand what to write in a methodology in a research paper. So, this is our sixth point. This is our sixth point of a star, which are going to discuss about that is methodology. So, a research methodology generally should write about the coverage. What is my area of study? For example, your paper has been accepted by Oxford University. Your paper has been accepted by Oxford University. Oxford University does not know the jurisdiction with the state. They might be a no in India. They might be no even the state, but they must not know in the district. So when you are writing a research paper, if you have a prescribed area of study, please try to mention the area of study in your research paper. Try to mention the area of study in your research paper. You should write the data sources. If you are dealing with the secondary data, mention where did you get the secondary data. And what was the method of data collection? The third one, what was the method of data collection? After collecting the data, what was the method of data analysis? Which software you have been used for data analysis? So now we have the title, we have the abstract, we have introduction with conceptual background. You know the problem statement, what problem I am dealing with from there. I know the objective. I have drawn my hypothesis. And literature also I looked into. Literature also I looked into. Just a moment. I know my methodology. Now, a very important one is a research paper. It should be a very, very unique and innovative in nature. Innovativeness of research. It should be unique in nature, innovative of research. A research paper should be very, very innovative in nature. Your research paper should be very, very innovative in nature. Something new you should write in your research paper, and that makes a research paper very, very unique. Once you know the new things in your research paper, you should know the implications of a research paper. You should know the implications of a research paper. Now we know the introduction, we know the title with abstract, and we've written the introduction, introduction with complete conceptual background, a problem statement. It is very, very important. And what is the problem, what you are going to solve, that becomes the research objective. Based on the objective, we want to try to develop research questions and try to develop the hypothesis. and after that we discussed a review of literature, and we found out the gaps where the research is not there, and after that literature, the research methodology and innovativeness that is very very unique in nature. After that, we come to the point, the this one, implications of a research paper. A research paper should be something, it should be something whatever subject you belong to. This solution should be how this solution can be societal. It should be improve the societal, or it should also bring some changes in the policy implications. In short, in 2 lines, always you should write the implications of the research. The research you are doing is good for which category of people, which societal part, which government, so that you should write. So implication of a research is very very important. Coming to the next one, after title with abstract, introduction with complete conceptual background, problem statement, and from problem statement, objectives and hypothesis. After a complete review of literature review, we have methodology and innovativeness for uniqueness and implications. After this, now this is the time to come for the references. References. You have to write down the references. These references are sources of information, and references can be come from your review of literature. According to your university, you should write the references based on your university norms only. You just mention the style of your references. It should be American style or it should be some other style. So based on your university, you just go through references. So, and yes, the last part of research is plagiarism. So we know a research paper when we are writing the art. We know the title, and we know the abstract, that is the first point of a star, and second point of the star is the introduction. Introduction is do not complete it without conceptual background, and the third point of the star is also finished a problem statement. This is very very important. You have to write in your research paper what is the problem, what you are going to solve. That becomes the research objective. Based on the objective, you want to develop the research question. You want to develop the research question and try to develop the hypothesis. This is the fourth point of a star. Research objectives with hypothesis. And then you come to review literature, and literature is very very serious. Once we are doing with literature review, we are found the gaps where research is not there. And after that, research methodology. This is the sixth point of a star. And innovativeness. So innovativeness for making the uniqueness. So after that, implications, and we finish the references also. And this is the time, the last part of the star, the last point of the star, and the last part of the research is plagiarism. There are many softwares available to test your research paper, whether it is a original or you should take it from some other else. So this is the plagiarism. After your paper gone through plagiarism, your paper weight will increase. Okay, so good luck for the preparation of your research paper, and thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful session to the many youngsters as well as the research scholars. So, audience. So, I think most of the members are watching in YouTube and Facebook also. So, please let me know if you have any queries, question and answers. Ma'am, one person, Pal PL, ma'am. So from YouTube here, is requesting, please give some information about qualitative and qualitative and quantitative data collection during research work. Hello, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Sir, your voice is
Sir,
not clear,
madam
sir.
connection చాలా weak
Try
ఉంది.
to.
Ma'am, so
Uh,
one person from YouTube here, ma'am, K. Paul.
Sir,
Yeah, ma'am. The Paul is asking, ma'am, please give some information about qualitative and quantitative data collection during research work.
yeah, coming to this, qualitative data is information about quantities, and there qualitative data is something descriptive in nature, and it regards phenomenon which can be observed, but cannot be measured. That is the difference between quantitative data and qualitative data. So still some more information, if you want, you just mail me, sir. I'll give the in detailed information.
Thank you, ma'am. So, guys, so if you have any
Yes.
other queries or any information, so please share your mail IDs. We will forward those information.
Okay.
So, any other questions from any audience? So, if you have any information or anything required, just type your query in chat box or question tab. Ma'am, one question from Admit here. Innovative thinking is better in research work.
Sir.
Ma'am, one question from live chat, ma'am. Just click on live chat. So, innovation thinking is better in research work.
Yeah. Just a moment, sir. Innovative thinking is uh, better in research work. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So, Reina from student of MSc, is innovation thinking is better.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes it's better. You discuss the same thing, the same technology with your seniors and with your guide. After that, you just take that is your problem and create your own practice the same thing and discuss the same innovative problem or innovative things with your seniors and a guide, and try to find out the gaps. After that only you just try to choose the technique. So otherwise it is difficult to choose. Okay. Yeah, your innovative thinking is always welcomable and acceptable, but that you need to justify. So is that okay, is there any gap, for that literature is there. So based on all these points you come to the conclusion. After that you just select that innovative thing. Okay.
So, ma'am, one more question from assistant professor from Lakreddy Balreddy. Can we develop a new paper from existing topic? Again, the question from live chat, ma'am,
Yeah,
is
you
there
can.
already.
But okay. So once again, you just read the question once again, sir.
Can we develop a new paper for existing topic?
Yeah, of course you can. Note that you will have to develop more the ideas, but plagiarism is also there. You try to concentrate on that, and you don't copy as it is. So try to go through that. You just keep that under that as a literature for your topic. You just keep aside. You just gone through that and try to identify the gap of what the technology they used and what is the gap, what is the existing problem, what is missing in that. So after that, by finding all these, come to a conclusion, and from that paper you need to develop a new paper. The paper that does not contain you just take it the previous paper as you just keep the previous paper as your base paper, and based on that paper you try to use the develop use the new technology. Otherwise you try to give the new application, additional application. You try to find out the gap, and you just need to satisfy that gap. Like that you just use the existing paper as base paper. You don't copy as it is. Up to 20% or 30% it is acceptable. You just take the technology from that, what they used and what is there in that, what is not there in that, what they did and what they did not do. From that you just take, and you just discuss with your seniors or your guide, and you justify yourself at least. So after that you just take that as your problem for your writing a new paper. Okay. Always you just remember plagiarism is there. You don't copy as it is. So plagiarism gives the more weightage to your research paper. And references. So what are the references, what is the literature? Literature is very very important. You just go through so many after that it just come to one conclusion. So in the first go you don't come to a conclusion. So after completing the literature only you come to a conclusion. So what is the problem and how many objectives these should be, how many problems these should be 10 or 15, no, or it should be one. So that we, for your research it is very difficult. So like that you just make a clear cut plan. So after the planning only, you just select your problem for your research. Yes. Still, any questions are there?
One more question, madam.
Ma'am, one more question from the audience, ma'am. Explain goal of hypothesis. Hypothesis. So again, the question from YouTube viewer, ma'am. Explain goal of hypothesis.
Yeah. Here I'm observing. Explain the goals of hypothesis. Is it there? Are you observing, sir?
Madam,
Yeah, we already discussed about goals and objectives. In a research paper, when we are doing a very big research paper, there we need a difference between objectives and goals. But if we are discussing about a research paper, so we will write only about objectives, not about goals. So if we satisfy the objectives, then automatically our goal will satisfy. So goal, already we just took one example. Under that goal, we divide our goal into two objectives. If we satisfy the two objectives, automatically our goal will satisfy. So like that, we have our goals.
Ma'am, one more question from Facebook here, ma'am.
Yeah.
How to submit our paper to the website? Which websites, which journals is the suitable?
Uh,
Just giving the one or two examples.
yeah. Sir, that based on AICTE, so that depends on the year. Sometimes the list of these journals also will change. So better at your submission time, means which year you are going to submit, in which month you are going to submit. You just take the fresh list out from AICTE, UGC journals, accepted journals. So for that journals, better you just try. So because something in 2010 I submitted my paper to some journal. At that time, that is a prescribed journal, accepted journal, UGC accept journal. But now, this year, that is not there in the list. So for this, to solve this issue, you just do one thing. So you just take a printout at the time of your submission. They mention the journal is in that list. No, you just always take a printout or take a soft copy print, and after that you just submit. So whenever somebody evaluates your paper, at that time you just show along with this paper that list of journal also, because year to year and month to month, simply based on the requirements and existing problems, UGC also they change the journals of list. So that's why better you just go through the list. After that, you just send your paper to a prescribed valid journal. So there are no fixed journals nowadays at all. So that's why you better you just go that procedure, right, sir? Yeah. Here
Ma'am,
in chat box, how,
how to,
yeah,
how to find object for our problem
yeah.
statement?
So how to find objective of our problem statements? Coming to this, we already discussed research objectives should have certain goals and objectives. Uh, Here, already we discussed the difference between goals and objectives. Always, research objectives should be very, very logical and very, very straightforward. The research objective is to find out, so and very, very clear. Research objective neither should be, already I explained all these. Once again, I want to just recollect that research objective neither should be too many nor should be too less. So if it should be 20, 30, you should not satisfy that many objectives. Neither it should not be one. So you should be very logical to select a number of objectives. Depending upon that study, neither too many statements nor too less statements. And it is very, very important. Your research should be achievable. So if the objective can be achievable and measurable, you just don't take such objectives you can't satisfy, means you cannot fulfill the objectives. Always your objective should be achievable and measurable. Like that, you just find out the objective from your literature and from your means methodology, whatever it is. So like that, so always your objective should be achievable and measurable, remember. So objective is very, very important. So like that only you just select your objective. Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So I hope many questions are already topics are already covered. So once again, thanks to Dr. M. Sanjarani, ma'am, for conducting and coming forward for conducting this session. So thank you
Yeah,
very much,
thank you.
ma'am. Thank
Thanks
you.
for all
Yeah.
the Andhra Pradesh Skill Development team also for giving this opportunity. And I think
Yes.
I did my level best in this talk. And all the best for all the researchers for their research work. And good luck for the preparation of your research paper. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Definitely, ma'am. So I hope this session is very helpful for the many research scholars also. And thank you, ma'am. And in future also, we are expecting this type of guest lectures for the AP candidates. Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Uh,
Sure.
so yeah, guys. Before I close the session, I'm just explain about the AP skill development activities. I'm just finishing in 15 to 20 minutes. I hope most of the members already know about the AP Skill Development Corporation, so Andhra Pradesh State Skill Development Corporation. So we are conducting many training programs for KG to up to PG. Coming to the school children, especially we are collaborated with ILFN's team and we are doing the Naipunya Vikasam program. And coming to the engineering colleges, we are establishing many center of excellence in collaboration with CIM resource centers, as well as we are establishing many centers also like CM Center of Excellences. And coming to the engineering, we are covered the more than 625 uh, engineering degree colleges through employability skill enhancement centers, and as well as we are doing the many unemployed youth training programs through PMKKY, NAPS, and so many is there. So for more information regarding the skill development activities, just watch the APSSDC.in website. So every day we are conducting with different webinars in collaboration with industry experts also. So I think you already know most of the members are join everyday session. So if you have any information regarding the skill development activities, skill development information, just visit our website apssdc.in. Every day we are updating the so many announcements also there if you see that. So I hope you already know this topic. Today has just now finished this one, and again one more topic is also there. And December 2nd, we are planning on, in collaboration with German experts, we're planning some webinar on 5G networks as well as different training programs. Information also there. So if anyone is interested, just register, and the most of the courses are free of cost, and just check it and updates also there. And as well, coming to the engineering students, especially we are conducting providing trainings on more than 25 technologies for the machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science. So many courses is available. So if anyone is interested, just register here. Just register your name. For example, I'm just show one example. So for example, I click on Andhra University. So degree is the BTech. So pursuing year is fourth year. Branch is. So if you see that here, so many workshops is there. Information also available like advanced Android application development, AutoCAD program, AWS cloud computing. We're providing the free cloud account also for each student. In APSDC done MOU with AWS. We're providing the free cloud account also, and as well as basic cyber security course, basic Linux and shell scripting, CATIA, data analysis, embedded systems, fundamentals of drone technology. So many programs is there. If anyone interested, just visit this another website. This is the engineering, especially for engineering programs, engineering.apssdc.in. So just register your name. We will get back very soon, within 3-4 days. We will share the program details and everything. Thank you, and once again, thanks to all the audience as well as today's speaker also. Thank you, all of you. Have a nice day. Thank you.